Welcome to the Instagram Stories for Monday, December 20th. On Monday, we talk about what the head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, talked about on his Ask Me Anything. By the way, in case you haven't heard me say this recently, it is really hard to get a question noticed in the Ask Me Anything. I've been consistently asking questions for probably close to 2 years, I think. I've only had one question ever get answered, so hey, take that for what it's worth. The first question we're going to talk about today, what is the most underrated Instagram feature? I have my own opinions, but here's his answer.
Off the top of my head, I would say close friends, which allows you to post a story just to a subset of people. So you can not bother everyone who follows you with every single story that you share on Instagram.
If you're not familiar with close friends, it is a very good feature of Instagram and really eliminates, in a lot of cases, the need to have separate accounts for personal versus business or something else, because the things that you want to keep private or only be seen by a small group, you can do using close friends. I personally would say my most underrated feature on Instagram is the ability to send voice communications back and forth through the Instagram DMs and the ability to unsend a message, because there are times when what you said just isn't relevant anymore, or you think you could say it better, or you just made a typo. I'm a big fan of the unsend feature. Always copy the text, then unsend. This way you don't have to type the whole thing again. Save yourself some time. That's probably my most underrated feature, I'd say. Next question. How do I put my feed in chronological order? I talked about this extensively last week. It is coming. Not yet. Here's his answer.
You can't yet, but it's something that we're currently working on to give people an option to go to a chronological version of their feed, hoping to ship it in the first half of next year. Or early next year, I should say.
Okay, the big question is why now? Instagram hasn't had chronological feed for over 5 years at this point, despite everyone asking for it over and over and over. It's only now that such pressure is coming from TikTok that they're willing to bring back the chronological feed. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's good to listen to your users, but also when your next largest competitor is nipping at your heels, then you start to give people what they want. I'm kind of on the fence about that one. Next question. What is your most used Instagram feature? I'll give his answer, then I'll say what my most used Instagram feature is.
In terms of what I use the most when I post, I'd say the caption sticker, which is transcribing everything I say right here, which makes it a lot easier to make my stories accessible for those who might not be able to hear as well.
I'm a big fan of the caption sticker for the times that you maybe forgot your wireless earbuds and you don't want to listen to it with the sound on because there are other people there, or maybe you're laying next to a sleeping spouse or some other reason. The ability to watch people's stories and still know what's going on because of the caption sticker is very, very important. Plus all the people who may require it for accessibility reasons. Having said that, my most used feature of Instagram is definitely going to be Facebook Creator Studio. If you're not familiar with it, it lets you upload photos and videos from your desktop to Instagram, and you can schedule them for free. It's really great, honestly. I do like it as a tool. I wish that it let you upload stories directly. You have to use the Facebook Business Suite from your desktop in order to do that. But the point is, when you make a carousel in Canva or something else, you can set it all up and position it exactly how you want it, write your caption, add your hashtags, everything from your desktop using the Facebook Creator Studio. It has an Instagram component. That's my most used feature. Okay, next question. Thoughts on NFTs integration on Instagram? If you're not familiar with NFTs, they are non-fungible tokens. They allow you to sell a piece of digital art online. I feel that I'm definitely not fully understanding NFTs and all the great things about them, although I do think there are some interesting components. Look into it if you haven't already. I think it is a future thing that will be very, very big, much bigger than it is now. Here's his answer.
Nothing to announce yet, but we are definitely actively exploring NFTs and how we can make them more accessible to a broader audience. I think that's an interesting place that we can play and also a way to hopefully help creators.
Okay, so let's just take that all the way through. You create a piece of content that you post on Instagram. Someone wants to buy it, and they can do that through Instagram potentially. That makes a lot of sense. I'll tell you the part of NFTs that I really like. At some point, we'll be in the metaverse, virtual reality, whatever you want to call it. And at some point, you may have a virtual house that you can take people into, and someone on the other side of the planet who's wearing the headset or whatever can come into your virtual house. You could have an NFT on your virtual wall in your virtual house and say, I bought this picture of whatever. Look at this lovely art. And I think that's a really interesting way as a future use for an NFT. I don't have a virtual reality house now, but if I did, I would start to decorate it, I think. And the last question we're going to talk about today, what do you mean by saying Instagram is going to be a video sharing app? I think we've talked about this extensively. Obviously, video is very, very important in today's environment, much more than pictures are currently. Here's his answer.
I'm not saying Instagram is going to be a video sharing app. Photos are part of our heritage, and we're always going to continue to support photos. I'm saying we're going to do better by videos, particularly immersive videos, because that's driving all of the growth on the interest side.
I mean, that makes sense. You have to skate to where the puck is going to be, right? Not just focus on where it was. Okay, that's going to do it for today's show. Thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow. I actually do have some Instagram news that doesn't really fit this Masari Monday format, so be sure to come back tomorrow for that. Thanks for listening.
I'm not yet a member of the Instagram team, but my podcast covers many Instagram themes. But the name, image, logos are trademarks at Instagram and the LCC in the USA and every territory. Everything I publish independently. Until they let me run my team and start to pay my salary. Not sponsored or endorsed, no lies, no fallacy. I use their logo with permission, not malicious or callously. No trademark violation, filling all criteria. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Daniel Hill Media.
Okay, so in a couple weeks, I'm going to be taking a break from the show, meaning that I am actually going to be away and not able to do the show on a daily basis for you. If you would like to take over the show for a day, I would really appreciate it if you'd like to do it for more than one day. This way, no one has to listen to the show just repeat, because that's a terrible experience. If you would like to take over the show for a day, I would greatly appreciate it. Send me a direct message. We can chat through it. I'll send you the script, and you can use that as a jumping off point for whatever topic you want to talk about that is Instagram related, whether it's news, strategy, tips, or something else.